Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome back to the next session. Let's have a quick recap. So we implemented the handler class so far with these four methods: check authority mask by entity, map data to API, map data to staging, sort entities. So now we do have a few more methods to be implemented. This is our handler class. Overall, these are the methods that we need to implement. So you may refer to the standard guide, but here this is a different context. Okay. So here, the next method we need to implement this one. So it is used to read the entity data. Get object data by entity. So whatever object is there, like a customer or supplier, business partner, we need to read that entity data. Okay. So if you implement this one, then only you can be able to display the data on the UI. So I just written the code for saving some time because it's just a normal ABAP query only, nothing much new specific to MDG. So here, one thing you need to notice is we are using the BP in S4. So there are how to say, yeah. So in S4 we do have the CVA configuration, customer vendor integration configuration, right? So CVA configuration can have the same number for the customer and supplier, or can be having the different number also. So if we do have the same customer and vendor number like the BP, then we don't have any issue. But if the customer and vendor number are different compared to the BP, then we need to handle the logic separately. So this code is optional, and that is purely based on your project configuration. Like in your project, whether you are configuring the CVA with the same number of BP customer or different. Now let's look at the tables where our data is getting stored for the branch code. So this is the Thailand branch code database table for the customers. Now if you execute, you see this is the data. Now for vendor, this is the Thailand branch code table for the vendor information. Now SAP did not provide any specific BAPI or anything to update these tables, because these are the localization tables. When I say localization tables, the country specific, some additional data to be maintained, or country specific data, SAP had given some tables. Okay, these two are among them. So to update these, they don't have any specific BAPI or anything. If there is a BAPI or something, then obviously they must be validating the customer or vendor existence in the system before you update the data into these tables. But here we need to manually need to, we need to write the OpenSQL statements to update these tables. So here we need to update the vendor number and along with the branch code details here. Same way, in the other table, you need to update the customer and branch code details. Now, for that we will write the query. That's fine. And next, once the update is done, then we need to read the data back and display on the UI. Now let's say there is a business partner 100. Now CVA configuration is done, and the business partner number is the same for customer and vendor. Then the business partner number, customer number, vendor number both are 100. In case if CVA configuration done but same number configuration is not done, then business partner is 100 and the customer may be 50, vendor may be 60. Then the numbers are different, right? So in that case, if you want to read the data back from the tables and display on the UI, if you only have the business partner number 100, and if you write the select query from this table, it will not work because 100 map to maybe customer 50. So you need to know what is the mapping of the business partner with customer, and you need to know what is the mapping of the business partner with the vendor. First get the details, then using that customer or vendor number, read this table, get the branch code details and display on the UI. Okay, so this you need to do it. So for that we need to write additional query. So usually it's not a direct table query. So there is a table called CVA customer link and CVA vendor link. These are the tables where SAP maintain the business partner linkage with the customer and business partner linkage with the vendor. And now if you look at this table, so here business partner number is not there. Business partner GUID number is there. So if you directly have the business partner number, you cannot get the customer number from this table. For that, what you need to do is, first you need to get the GUID from this BUT000 table based on the partner. Okay, so if you search for the GUID, this is the partner GUID table. So you need to read this GUID from BUT000 table, and you are already getting the partner number in the importing parameter. You no need to struggle anything to get the partner number. Business partner number is already there. Okay, first get the GUID, and then using that GUID get the customer number and the vendor number. Now we have the customer number, vendor number. Okay, so then we need to read the branch code details by validating the business partner, customer, and business partner, vendor. So it's not like only the branch code details, but the code number, not only that one. We need to know the branch code description also. So branch code uh, number store for the customer stores into this table, description gets stored into this table. We need to join these two tables. Okay, and here we all know how to use the BUT000 table, right? So I'm just using the CDS view here. So this is the CDS view. So now mostly in the latest versions, SAP had delivered the CDS views for the most of the database tables. So my recommendation is when you are using in the latest versions, just explore in the SAP blog. If there are any CDS views delivered by SAP for any of the tables, if so, just directly use it because those are faster and performance effective. Okay, so this delivered by SAP already. Okay, you just need to know which CDS view you have to use. So it was delivered on 2016 and they changed latest 2025. Okay, so say there are so many advancements in the SAP recently. Okay, we just need to be up to date. So now it's just joining the tables. So, sir, this is purely technical. In case if you feel difficulty in using the inner join and the left outer join, you can simply write multiple select queries. Okay, first read the data from this table, and then using that, use the for all entries and update the query on this table. Anything, whatever you feel comfortable, you can use that. So here what we are doing is, so I'm just using the alias names for all the tables to make it simple. So this you can imagine as a BU200. This is the BP table, CB code, branch code main table, CB code TXT, customer branch code text table. So in this table, I am comparing with the Kunar because we already got the customer number here for our current business partner. Okay, so get the data from the branch code table for the current business partner, nothing but the current customer, and description from this table. Okay, and what are all the details we need? We need the business partner because we need to map that to the UI, right? We display the BP UI. We need the business partner number and branch code description, default branch, because these are the only fields that we have on the UI. And put a condition. We already applied the condition on the customer number. So now we just validate the business partner number if that partner exists. And system language. That's it, simple. This is for the customer. And same way here is for the vendor. Nothing much. So we got the relevant Thailand branch code details into this internal table, either customer or vendor, because we are having only one form commonly for both customer and vendor. First you can read the customer or first you can read the vendor, anything, whatever you feel comfortable. If we get one details, then other details are not required. Okay, sometimes if the users are not maintaining the customer but only the vendor, so we will update for the vendor. In case if they are maintaining only the customers but not vendors, then we maintain only for the customers, simple. So whatever, so we just need to write the query on the both the tables. Okay, and once you get the branch code details, then we need to update to the exporting parameter ER data, just the normal dynamic statements you need to write. Okay, simple. So this code is required to display the data on the UI to perform the query and everything. In case if you don't write this logic, what happens is you can't be able to see the data on the UI post activation. During change also you can't be able to see the existing data. Okay, so again I'm saying this is very important. Okay, it's just simple select queries only. If you feel complexity in the joins, you can just use the normal select queries, multiple select queries, that's it. Just like here I have given this example also here. First I am reading the GUID from the U200 table, then based on that I am reading from here. You can write select queries like this also, or you can join both also. Don't think about the performance issue or anything, because here we are not handling thousands of records or millions of records. Hardly couple of records only we are handling, so there won't be much performance issue. Okay, so this is the method that we need to implement for reading the branch code details. Now the next important method. So now we gone through the code to read the data. Now we will see the code to write the data. So this is the database update statements. Earlier we had seen the select query, right? This is the update statements. I mean the modify statements. Insert plus update. Now here, one thing you may feel some complexity. Okay, the type of the format of the data. First time, in case if you are uh, using this, you may not know how the data will be coming into this one. So what you can do is, not only here, this is one scenario, but in future you may be working with a different entity type or multiple entity types, or maybe with a different type 4 entity dependency or whatever. So whenever you have such thing, what you can do is just debug the CR after entering the data on the UI from the backend. Okay, and this method will trigger. Here, there you can see how IS data is coming in. Simple. That way you can understand. So now here you see I have maintained the structure here. So you get the data in this format always. Only the thing is where you are appending your entity or your structures. Is it at the business partner level or customer level or vendor level or company code level? That differs. So currently our scenario is at the business partner level. That's why we need to refer to this one. If you are adding the data at customer level or vendor level, you need to go inside, deep inside. If you go inside, you see vendor central data, company code data, purchasing data is there again. Okay, at what level you are appending your structure? Initially, we had appended the structures, right? So that we need to catch hold of. Now, if you go to the partner, here we have a branch code details. So partner level, we are handling the situation. Now we need to read that data. So if you want to get the business partner number, you can refer to that. Go to the partner and header object instance business partner. Just follow the structure. So here in this scenario, they are uh, handling at company code level based on their business context. Okay. So now, so we get all the data into this one. Okay. It's just like I am extracting the data, importing data here. Here we get the data. I'm just exporting into this one. And from here, I am getting the business partner number into local variable. And here we have the, under the partner, we have the branch code details, right? So I'm just extracting the branch code details and storing into local variable, local work area. It's a PP structure, just our staging structure, because we need to write the data to the entity only, right? So here, usually default branch codes, we don't keep multiple. So here already if the default branch codes are there, we are deleting them for customers and vendors. And once we delete the existing branch code details for the customer, okay, then we are updating the current branch code details. Simple. Along with the description, nothing much. Same way we are doing for the vendor also. Simple logic. Now here one thing is, so this you need to do it as an assignment. This is for the technical people only. Functionals you can ignore. So here we need to incorporate the logic into update function module. Okay. So update function module, why it is required means, uh, let's say here we are writing the select query and all. Okay. So after that, we are writing the modify statement. Database commit will happen. Okay, this happens before the activation triggers itself. I mean, activation completion itself. Now let's, for example, activation failed. Then by that time, this must have been already updated. That means business partner not created, but customer and vendor branch code details are updated. So if activation is successful, then only the whole database update should be committed. So for that, we use the update function module, right? So that's why you need to write all this logic into the update function module and call that update function module from this method. That's it, simple. So you practice this, you try this later, and after a few days, if you can't be able to do that, I will be uploading that logic also. Okay, so those are the methods that we need to implement. So on a whole, these are the methods that we need to implement. Now we need to do the one round of testing. Any questions? Okay. Now let's do one round of testing.